There we go. We're live.
All right.
Something like that. So, anyways, yeah. What you got some new music or what?
I told you I didn't, but as I started going through stuff, I was like, oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, you said you didn't initially, but that was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait a week or two and see what
Right. Yeah.
happens.
Well, I told you, I guess I'll out myself to everybody else that
Yeah.
I had some packages I hadn't opened, and you were like, what is wrong with you?
I know.
I was like, I don't,
I never have unopened packages.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do. So it was kind of nice because as I get older and I forget things, I
Yeah.
I thought I knew what was in there, and I opened it. It was like, oh, cool! Like it was a gift to myself.
An actual surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I know I was telling you like a month ago or something that I hadn't really bought um any new releases or not too many new releases, but like for some reason I have like 14 of them now.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, it just kind of
Oh,
happened.
oh, yeah, that reminds me. I have my new releases in different spots, so I'll have to grab those later. I do have a few more since we last did this.
Oh, cool. Yeah, some actual new releases and then just completely random stuff really other than that.
Oh yeah, I got some randomness for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. So yeah, what do you got? I got like probably I won't take a lot of time or anything, but I probably have like 30 things to show. I'll breeze through a lot of it though.
I got a big stack of stuff, but yeah, a lot of mine I'm gonna bomb through them. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, probably 30-ish, I would say.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah, a lot of this stuff I haven't heard yet or it's
Right.
stuff that's not super interesting to most people, so I won't waste a lot of time on that.
All right. You want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. You maybe do like 3 at a time.
All right. Cool.
Weird
Um,
number, but whatever.
got some actual vinyl today.
Yeah, me too.
So, you familiar with Metal to the Core 1986, the distro?
No.
So
Sounds
they,
sounds cool though.
yeah, I mean they don't get a lot of attention because they tend to sell some controversial stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they're having a big sale and free shipping, and they've had these Nocturnal Mortem vinyl for a while. So
Twilight Fall.
yeah, I finally pulled the trigger. So I got the Twilight Fall,
Cool.
really much improved artwork
Yeah, it is.
from the CD.
Yeah.
Gatefold. I don't know. I'm working on the little screen, so I can't really tell exactly what I'm
That,
showing.
that looks good. Yeah, it looks perfect.
um, let's see. Oh, fancy colored vinyl, of course,
Oh
as,
yeah.
as everything is now. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
So yeah, I mean with free shipping and the discount, I think I got that for like $15 or something.
Wow, not bad. Free shipping, huh? Above a
Yeah,
certain amount or
I think it was $50 or something. So
not bad.
I mean, if you're buying vinyl, you can run through $50 in no time.
Yeah.
Got the original Lunar Poetry recording.
Oh. Oh yeah, with the original logo or old logo. Or yeah, that was the original logo, huh?
Yep, and fold again.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see what's the flavor of the vinyl. Kind of like a, I don't know how well you can see that. Kind of like a dark blue and black
Yeah.
splatter.
Very suiting to the album cover.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was cool, and it came in this weird, just kind of generic plastic sleeve. I was like, why is that? And then when I opened the album, that this is the actual sleeve.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos that like, do I
That's
put the
really nice.
record in here then, or do
I
I want to
know.
keep this nice? I don't know.
I know because it's so nice looking.
The Man, that's one of the things that bugs me about vinyl is
Yeah, me too.
the entire package. It, like, you're supposed to put your record in the sleeve, but then that has ring wear, so then you have to have it out of the sleeve and another sleeve, and then
I know. I know. It's vinyl so it's so like stressful to own, you
yeah,
know.
I figured, why not have a fourth copy of these Nocturnal Mortem albums?
Well, those are really nice though. And
They
those
are. These are the
going to sell out. Those are going to be sold out and hard to get. And
so goat horns. I
goat
don't
horns, yeah.
see the
Yeah, those are really nice.
working backwards. This the logo over here is kind of like embossed on there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, they are. Those are really nice reissues. Probably some of the nicer I've seen in a while.
Yeah, these are Osmos put these out not too long ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know they're Osmos. Okay.
I think they're back on Osmos.
Oh, okay.
This is a double vinyl.
What label were they on for the last couple albums? Were they self-released or?
Oriana, which is their label. They have other bands, but
yeah,
they own that label.
So they put like the voice of what was that called? The Voice of Steel through Oriana?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I guess I didn't remember that. I thought it was. That just seems like such a bigger label album, like that.
Yeah, it really does. I don't
like
know.
That Century Media sound, not in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. It's a big professional sounding record.
I don't know if it was re-released or licensed anywhere else, but these are the inner sleeves here. But yeah, the main release was just through them.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was my. Yeah, these are. I kind of feel guilty about buying these because I have them already.
Yeah, I know. Huh? You don't really need them.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The price was too good though.
Yeah, and they turned out so good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do some vinyl stuff. I think I'll start with my 7 inches. This first one's kind of a brag, but that's okay. It happens every now and then. You get something cool that not everyone else can have. But and not through the channel at all, but just through personal stuff. I became friends with back in 2016 or something like that. 2017, I became friends with. Are you familiar with Necromantic Worship, the Dutch black metal couple demo band?
Not. I mean, I know that I've heard the name. That's about it.
Yeah. So Nuclear War now put out their first demo, then their second demo, then they broke up. So I became friends with the guy from the band, and he's done some cool stuff for me over the years. So he sent me this 7-inch. I feel like a douche saying this, but this is not available to the public. New Era put it out. So this is their cover of Return of the Freezing Winds from Carpathian Forest.
Oh, cool.
Which is a really cool cover. And it's more of they consider it a reinterpretation. So if that were in the movie world, that I guess that'd be the difference between a remake and a reimagining.
Reimagining, yeah.
And it is, and that's what it is too. It is you can tell that it's the song, but it's other bands have done this over the years. It's like when a band does a cover and you're like, wow, that sounds like a different song. Kind of what they did here. So this is pretty cool. Again, I feel like a douche, but it's got my name on it.
No, man, that's awesome, man.
Not meant for resale. So yeah, they only made I think 60 of these or something like that. Oh, and it's a split the other side. And this band is really cool. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe Urshining. It's probably Dutch. It's another Dutch band, anyways. If anyone you can find this on Metal Archives. Look into this band. It's another. It's a solo band. Really cool black metal. Really, really cool. I was actually pretty impressed. There's so many bands nowadays. It's when someone's like, check this band out, they're really cool. You're like, yeah, sure, I'll add that to the 900 other recommendations. Right. But I would check them out because it's really cool black metal. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I looked into his other stuff and I'm like, wow, it's unique. It doesn't sound like 900 other bands. And
that's cool. I'm sorry, what was the I'm never gonna spell that second one right. What was the first band?
Not Necromantic Worship or the other one?
Necromantic Worship, is that what you said?
Yeah. And you can find that other band, if you go to Metal Archives.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Look them up that way. But yeah, really, really cool band. I'd recommend that to everybody. Pretty awesome. I think probably deserves more exposure, but kind of a newer band too. I don't think he has too many releases, but I think he's gonna do pretty well. And since he knows I'm a fan of he likes to make artwork and stuff, and he always sends me cool little art stuff that he makes. He sent me this little print.
Oh, nice.
He just likes to paint all the time, just make random stuff. And then he made me this print with the the band logo and some occult stuff. He's very into like occult practices and stuff that I don't know. I don't know anything about, but I like it. All
Yeah,
right. I got more 7 inches. Oddly enough, I actually love 7 inch vinyl. That's like my favorite vinyl to collect. Um,
really.
it's not my favorite to listen to. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I rarely play 7 inches, but I love collecting them.
yeah, I get it.
Hey, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Yeah, good weekend so far. I was telling Scott off camera here that I've been getting sick just starting today, but we'll see. Maybe it will turn out to be nothing. You know how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just feel a little sick and you just kind of write it out, or or it's the calm before the storm. Who knows?
Do you take that like airborne vitamin drink thing?
I never have. Would you?
I do. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference. If it's like you
Yeah,
said, sometimes you just get over,
yeah,
things pass on their own. But if you start taking that airborne stuff and then you don't get
yeah,
sick, you start thinking, oh, it's a cure. Then
yeah.
sometimes you do get sick anyway. But
Either way, isn't that stuff like full of vitamin C? So you can't
it's
really go
basically,
wrong.
yeah, it's a bunch of vitamins. So
So
it's not going to
you
hurt you.
can't. Yeah, no. Either way, you're going to benefit from it.
Hmm.
And then I found this cool 7 inch. I've been a fan of this band for a while. They've been really quiet lately. I don't even know if they exist anymore. You probably heard of them. Vasalith. You might recognize that logo.
Yeah.
Death metal band. They kind of made waves. I don't know, 8 years ago or so. They were, when the old school death metal was becoming a thing. They were kind of like one of the earlier bands that were, drawn attention. And I always thought they were really cool. US band. I think it was two dudes. Yeah, two guys. So this is one of their earlier releases. I have some of their other stuff. They don't have a ton, but Adorned and Iridescent came out on Blood Harvest 2009, I think. Yeah, just black vinyl. But yeah, I just always really liked this band, so I was happy to find that because that's one of their earlier things.
And
And then
they're not doing anything anymore.
I don't think so. I haven't heard their name in quite a while. That you know how it goes. Those two dudes are they've probably been in a dozen other bands in that
Yeah.
time, and you know how it goes. Nobody ever stops doing shit entirely.
Right.
But I haven't heard their name mentioned in probably at least 5, 8 years, something like
Okay.
that. But I still, they're one of those bands. They've stayed. That's a sign of a good band, in my opinion. A band that's been quiet for 8 years and you still occasionally think about them.
Right.
You know, it's a lot to be said about that, I think. And then here's a band that I've never heard of, and a label I've never heard of, a label called Supreme Echo. So I looked into it. It's a little Canadian label. I don't think they've been around too long, and they just kind of repress stuff. And I think they put out original stuff too. Anyway, it's a cool little Canadian indie label. And I like when labels put out like, oh, here's stuff from my country or maybe even my town that nobody's ever heard of. I love shit like that when it's like
Yeah.
local. There's always a lot of like passion in that, involved to local shit. So like this Canadian band called Arc Fiend with Mortified with Hate, pretty metal sounding.
Oh yeah.
Thrash metal. One of those demo bands. They had one or two demos in the mid 80s. I think they kind of started out more thrash and they kind of added a little bit more death metal to their sound. And, they just look like Canadian kids, which is always cool to see. Two drummers for some reason. Not sure. I don't know what that means, but yeah, this is just really raw, kind of like proto thrash metal, I guess, or proto death metal, I think you could call it. Really, really raw. I mean, this is just probably ripped right from a cassette, old cassette demo, because that's probably all that ever existed. Cool label though. I mean, I love a little extra shit like this. This is just printed on white paper, and it's pretty nice though. It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for a 7 inch too, they usually don't get stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's it costs a lot of money to make all that. And I heard 7 inch vinyl already. I remember Marty telling me this because he, runs a label. He said 7 inch vinyl's more expensive to press than 12 inch vinyl.
Oh, geez.
So he said that when you see like demos or like EPs put on a 12 inch, and you're like, why would they do that with two songs? He's like, it's just cheaper. That's why
Cheaper.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just cheaper, And it's always awkward when you have a 12 inch vinyl and there's, two songs on it.
Yeah.
But if you ever wondered, that's the reason.
Well, yeah, I've been seeing for what I would consider crazy prices for 7 inches.
They kind of have gotten more expensive.
Aaron, the metal theologian, had a thing on his channel where he was talking about a local metal band, kind of like a Venomish type sound, and
I think I remember him mentioning that band once.
I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either.
Something maybe.
Yeah.
But they put out a 7-inch, and it was like limited to 30 copies or something. So he wanted his viewers like just to buy them all up because he thought it'd be cool, like for them to sell out.
Oh yeah.
I went and looked, and it was like, I think it was $25 plus shipping for.
Oh boy, that's a little spendy.
Bro, I can't do it.
They probably, my guess is they didn't have a good connection or something. They weren't able to get a good deal on making them, and it probably cost $18 or something each to get them made, and right. they probably still didn't make much money off those. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not wanting to pull the trigger on that. I get it.
I had to save money so I could buy the 4th copy of Lunar Poetry that I have.
Well, that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Eric? Psychic Vacuum, good to see you, man.
Hey, Eric.
Well, Eric, if you can't be here too long, stay at least another 10, 15 minutes because I'm going to show my prog vinyl, and you are the only one that will care about that. sort of, Scott, you, and like nobody else. So, Eric, hang on for at least like 15 minutes. I'll knock out that prog vinyl real quick.
You want to do it now while he's here?
Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. Because like I said, he's literally the only person that
right.
I think you're at least semi-interested, but he's the most. Okay. Yeah, I'll save the metal stuff, and I'll just bang out this prog vinyl. Not really prog, but I mean, I always kind of thought this album could appeal to prog fans, and this was famously what got me to want to get this is it's one of Steve Harris's all-time favorite albums. Yeah, the Steve Harris. So you got Bridge of Sighs from Robin Trower.
Okay.
I know the old guys love Robin Trower. It's one of those bands that I've always heard the name and never really even I'm never gonna look into that. But this is a kick-ass album. This is like I mean, I'm not gonna be an expert on describing it, but it's it's rock, but it's complex and intricate rock. It's not, it's not just another rock band. It's really cool. It's I guess I've heard people compare his playing style to Jimi Hendrix, but his music doesn't sound Hendrixy at all. It's complex. It's like I said, it's like rock that prog guys probably all dig. That's what I would call it. But it's not prog. Then I got not one of my favorite albums from this band, but one of my favorite like non-metal bands, Toto. This is Fahrenheit. This is like a pure pop album, so it kind of sucks. But I saw it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm snagging that for sure. It's got a dog on the inside, which I like.
So is that a later one, I assume?
This is 80s. This is like mid 80s, 86. Yeah, I think this was one of the first albums, maybe the first album that Joseph Williams sang on, and he's been their singer for a long time now. Famously John Williams' son, John
really?
Williams, the composer.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Which is cool. He's a good singer, but I'm more of when it comes to Toto, I love Bobby Kimball. But I'm a Bobby Kimball guy for sure. But I mean, Joseph's a good singer. But yeah, it's almost a pure. I mean, got fucking song titles. You know what you're getting into when you get an 80s album and you have songs like "We Can Make It Tonight," "Without Your Love," "Can't Stand It Any Longer," I'll Be Over You," "Could This Be Love?" I mean, almost every fucking song is so dumb sounding, but it's an okay album, but it's like one of their worst, I think.
Okay.
But I'd absolutely love like the first like 5 Toto albums. So, look who decided to show up.
Oh, hey Simon, what's up?
Look who decided to show their face.
Wait a minute, I almost sounded happy to see him. I can't do that, right?
Yeah, don't do that.
Breaking the storyline.
Yeah, you don't want to send the wrong impression.
Good to see you, Simon.
You too. Yeah. I'm happy to see you. Here's a band I've never heard of until recently, and I picked it up randomly. It's really, really cool. This band is called Sky. So I saw this sitting in the store. I'm like, well, that looks like prog. I'm gonna pass because I've never heard of it. And then I kind of was scanning the front. Don't really recognize any of the names except for the last one, which is Francis Monkman, who was in a band called I can't remember. It was he was in a prog band in the 70s, and he's really talented guy. He's also done he's done film scores. Really, really, really talented guy. So I saw that name and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Francis Monkman. I'll chance that for $7. Mammoth camera. And it's awesome. It's like instrumental. It's all instrumental. It's I call it prog. I've from what I've read, some people don't. You know how prog people are.
Right.
I'd call it prog, but yeah, it's completely instrumental. It's very like classical music inspired. It's awesome. It's really fucking cool. Came out in the 70 or 1980 actually. So really, really cool album. One of those finds that like kind of took you by surprise. Then I got finally the second UK album, Danger Money. I'm much more of a fan of the first album, but this album is pretty cool too. This is 1979. Eddie Jobson, John Wetton, who everyone knows, and Terry Bozzio. So the first album was like just a classic 70s prog album. But in this album, they just kind of like shook things up. You got like there's no guitar. So the first album had Alan Holdsworth on guitar. This album has no guitar. So it's almost like a different sound. It's like electric violin, drums, and then John Wetton on bass and vocals. It's pretty damn cool, but I like the first album. To me is way better. But that album has its fans.
That's it. No guitar. That sounds rough.
I know, isn't it weird? But you know how it goes. You know, black metal bands have done it.
Yeah.
Necromantia and stuff. So it's one of those things where on paper it sounds like something that can't possibly work until you listen to it, and then you're like, okay, this obviously works. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a conscious decision. It wasn't like, oh, we can't find a guitar player. You know, it was a decision they wanted to go in. But I'd highly, to any prog fan, I'd recommend their first album. It's amazing. But that one's a little bit more of a, I would definitely not listen to that first. I mean, it's good. It's really good. It's just different, you know. And then I've been slowly getting into Nectar, the German prog band. So I think this is 75. This cover art, man, this is wild cover art. This is their Recycled album, second album I've heard from them. I mean, if that's not going to want to make you want to buy it, I don't know what would. It's just crazy.
That certainly, it couldn't be more clear unless it said like Prague in big capital letters.
Yeah, this is Prague the album. I think it's no, they don't connect, but yeah. So 75. Eric, you probably know much more about this than I do. I've never heard this album, but I know that I like the band. I've only ever heard one of their albums, and it's awesome. So I was really happy to see another one. Eric says, yeah, he likes both albums. There's probably people that like that second one more. I don't know. Simon says Scott's quite proggy in parentheses.
I'm not even sure what that means, but
I don't me either. But it's funny and I like it. Yeah, like Eric said, you don't miss the guitar as much as you'd think. It's one of those albums where it's designed to be weird and different. Mm-hmm. Another prog band that I've heard the name, I still haven't heard anything from them, but Caravan, Cunning Stunts from 75. From what I've heard, this is not their best album, but it's still in that prime era of prog, so I'm sure it's good. This is a British prog band, if I remember correctly. I could be completely off. I think they were part of the Canterbury scene, which is a thing of legend that I really don't know shit about. Eric probably does. So yeah, excited to hear it just because I've heard the name and been wanting to check this band out.
Man, so many of those 70s prog bands I've never probably heard a note of. Like Caravan's one of them.
Yep, they're one of the names that you've heard, you know.
Camel, I've heard a little bit of Camel.
Yep.
But so many of these bands that I know I should make the effort to listen to, but
someday you will, or maybe. Someday you won't.
Maybe.
Yeah. Did you ever get that Camel box set you were talking about? Or I know you were.
No, I fucked that up
Oh, okay. I didn't
because
get it either.
it was when they were first soliciting for it, it was a stupid cheap price. It was like $150, and it
Yeah.
was like 40 CDs
Yeah.
and a bunch of Blu-rays. Well,
Yeah.
then it was like for sale a bunch of places, and all of a sudden it wasn't, but you could still order it from the label in Germany at that price, and the shipping wasn't really too bad. But I just was like, I'd rather wait until I can order it in America. And then months went by, and then
Now it's too late.
when it was finally available here, it was like $500.
Oh shit.
And then the German label wasn't selling for that price anymore. I think they messed it up. I don't think they were supposed to be selling it for that, but
That could be.
some people got lucky, and I slept on it. So
Yeah. Well, I could have got it too because you told me about it and I didn't do it either. So
yeah.
Eric says another one just listened to the other day. Cool. Like a tab in the ocean and remembering the future better. Yeah, for Nectar, remembering the future I have, but that's the only thing I've heard other than the only thing I've heard from them. So all right, just one more prog vinyl, and then we'll be done with that for the day. Gentle Giant Freehand. This is many people say this is one of the best prog albums just ever made in general. I would agree. I love Gentle Giant. I just seem to like him more and more every year, you know. So 1975, that seems to be the theme of a lot of these albums I just showed. Yeah, not much you need to say about Gentle Giant. They're one of those bands that they sound like themselves. They don't sound like anyone else. They completely have their own sound, and this is probably like their, I don't know, third, fourth album, something like that. Yeah, one of the most unique prog bands of the 70s, and I just think they're amazing. And that's all the prog stuff, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, Gentle Giant. I did pick up a few things on CD, but haven't got to them yet.
Definitely not for everybody, but I would say anyone who likes prog, give them some time. If you listen to them once and you're like, this is weird, I don't know, I don't know if I like it, come back to it later. You know, don't write them off.
Yeah, I've heard at least I think two songs that Neil Morris has covered in various projects. I think Transatlantic did one, and then
Oh, cool.
so I'm kind of familiar with the style of it. I guess just I haven't listened to the
Yeah.
actual original yet.
They're one of those bands where like if you've never heard them and you put them on, even if you've like listened to other prog, you might be like, your brain instantly is gonna go, I don't like this.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just like a reaction, you know. It's more of a reaction than an actual feeling, I think.
Right, right. All right. I got a couple more vinyl here, so I guess we'll just do those. I also have a 7-inch Vladimir's
Oh
Devil's
yeah,
Bride.
they're awesome.
Oh, cool. I don't hear anybody talk about them, so
No.
I always assume you know who they are.
You really don't.
Yeah. So kind of a horror punk band. Another of the million projects of Ash Thomas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I have everything on CD, but I came across this for a good price. So
I actually don't have any of their stuff, but I've heard a lot of it, and I dig it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Yeah, and they do kind of the Misfits type songs, but then they do mix it up and have kind of more epic, kind of almost gothy songs. I really like them.
Out of those out of the Misfits inspired bands, they're easily one of the best.
Yeah, I would agree. Shit's falling all over here. What's going on?
I know.
I did remember not to re-sleeve on camera, so I'll give myself credit.
Yeah, me too. It's a pain to do later though when you have like
a stack. So another that I had to get just because it was midnight. Man, that ring like sucks shit. Let There Be Witchery on vinyl. I still don't have the new one on vinyl, but everything else I had on vinyl, so I picked this up.
I like that album a lot. I really enjoyed it.
With the Coke bottle green.
Oh yeah. Oh cool.
Yeah, there's a poster in there. It's huge. I'm not gonna pull it out, but
oh cool.
So one step closer to having all the midnight and having them all in multiple formats because I guess I need it.
I need more midnight stuff for sure. I don't have all of it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if you really like this one, I know opinions vary. This one's my least favorite. So
I liked it quite a bit. I liked it, at least at the time. I liked it more than the previous, like maybe two.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that could change. That could change if I were to re-listen to everything again.
Well, you're wrong.
No matter what.
I'll just do a couple here.
Yeah. You can do a few extra.
Local record store was having a sidewalk sale, and they also mentioned that they had bought a bunch of hard rock and metal stuff.
Cool.
That they don't usually get in, so I went in there and picked up a few things. The most recent Monster Magnet, which I never picked up.
I haven't either.
A Better Dystopia. I guess it's all like kind of psych rock covers.
I've heard it's good.
I think because when I saw this, there I was like, I don't have this. Why don't I have this? And then I was like, oh, because I heard it was a covers album, and I just wasn't. I was like,
no one Monster Magnet though. When they've covered stuff in the past, they never play it straightforward. They always mess with it, so it's probably pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be cool. I just haven't listened to it yet. Kind of going on the prog tip. We got The Quest.
I like it.
This isn't the new one, right? This is the previous one.
Yeah, previous. Probably not as good as the newest one, but I think it's way more hated than it deserves.
Okay. Mine has a bonus disc. I don't know if they all do.
Yeah, mine does too.
Okay. I don't know. This might be before your time. The Cycle Sluts from Hell.
I've heard the name, but yeah, I've never heard them.
I remember they had a song on MTV called "I Wish You Were a Beer," and they're like these kind of slutty looking girls, not really singing, more screaming.
Cool.
I don't know if it was fake, if it was actually them playing the instruments, or they were just kind of the face of it. But
okay, that's awesome. I like it.
I don't know. It was one of those things. Like it was a few bucks, and I remembered it.
Is it like a sleaze rock, or what is it? Like a punky?
Yeah, kind of in that vein.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not expecting much from that. Kind of a lot of the stuff I bought, I'm not actually very proud of.
Well, that's how it goes.
I'll tackle all those in one stack later. I did find this though in the sidewalk sale for 25 cents, which I'd never heard of. The John Lord Concerto.
Oh, I haven't either. John Lord's awesome though.
Yeah, so some concerto he wrote performed by the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra.
Cool.
And then it also has a bunch of guests, including Joe Bonamassa, Steve Morse, and Bruce Dickinson on vocals.
Whoa.
I have no idea. I never heard of this.
Bruce Dickinson on vocals. Wow.
It came out in 2012. So
wow.
I figured just for a quarter, yeah, I'll check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
haven't listened to it yet though. So see anything else in the stack that was more Bob Dylan. I got it's the 30th anniversary concert, and from the looks of it, it's a bunch of guests doing Bob Dylan songs, and he's on a few of them. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But again, this was like a couple bucks, and I figured sure, it's probably worth that much entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll stop there for now.
Sure. Peter Edelston, by the way, I have heard of Martyr. Scott, do you know Martyr from Australia? You might.
Martyr?
Yeah, they didn't have a ton of stuff. They're one of those bands that they had only a few releases, but they're in that vein, and they were around at the time of like sadistic execution, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So that sound, that vibe, they're good. Peter's wondering if anyone's heard of them.
No, I failed that one.
Yeah, it's a good band. Okay. So I'll just go back to the showing three things now. Couple more 7 inches. I got the debut demo from Evulse. American death metal band. It's called Call of the Void. Um, so the singer from this band owns the label Transylvanian Recordings. He's a pretty nice guy.
Oh, the used to be Transylvania tapes, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
This came out on Dawn Breed Records, limited to 329 copies. Not sure how that came into play, but yeah, good death metal band. I have their other release, and it's awesome. Just murky. I don't want to say I think they sound generic or anything, but there are like a million bands that are playing this style, of course, but they do it well. Murky death metal. You know, that's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Nice white vinyl. And then I got this band I've just always really enjoyed. I don't have a ton of their stuff, but like every time I listen, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Ghoul, Wall of Death, 7-inch from Tank Crimes, which is the label they've been on for a while now, maybe longer. Came out
different logo on that one.
The Tank Crimes logo,
the Ghoul logo.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know if that was just for this release but yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, I think this band's a lot of fun. Again, they're another one of those bands that there's probably a shitload of bands that sound like them, but I know they're really good at what they do. Clear red vinyl. Nice. So yeah, Wall of Death came out in 2017. It's got 2 or 3 songs on it. I thought it was 3. Maybe it's just 2, but anyways, just a small little 7-inch. But yeah, some about Ghoul, I just think they're really fun. They mix thrash metal and death metal, and it's very catchy and memorable, and it's just a lot of fun to listen to.
I'm still listening. I'm sliding out of frame to grab the new releases here.
Oh, that's okay. And I have 2 cassette tapes, so I'll show those. Or no, I won't. I'll show my last vinyl. We got I always thought this band was cool. I might have this on CD. I can't remember. If not, it was something that I meant to buy back when it came out. So we got Sacro Curse. I think this band is from Texas, if I remember correctly. So black death metal out of Texas, always a good sign. Hell's Headbangers put this out, I don't know, 5 years ago or something like that. Yeah, really cool band. Some more red vinyl, pretty much the same as that Ghoul thing I showed. Red vinyl, clear red vinyl. But yeah, this band is just awesome. Just nasty black death metal. Again, there's obviously a zillion bands playing that style, but they are one that kind of caught my attention. So when I saw this on vinyl, I was like, yeah, I'll snag that. Like I said, I might have it on CD. If I don't, I meant to buy it back when it came out. So either way, I have it now. Maybe I have 2 copies. Yeah, well, Eric says Ghoul are just fun as hell. I agree. They're just, yeah, they're kind of like in that vein of like Midnight, where you put them on and you're just like, yeah, the whole way through,
Yeah. For some reason, I don't have any Ghoul. I mean, they're fun for sure. I just, for whatever reason, it just wasn't anything I felt I had to own.
Yeah, I almost wrote them off too. I only really got into them with their last full length album. It's called Dungeon Bastards 5-6 years ago. And it was a blind buy. I'd heard the name like years before that, but I was always like, they're on Razorback Records at the time. I'm like, I've probably already heard this band without knowing it, and probably 100 times over. And I blind bought that album, and I'm like, oh, I love this. So they're way better than I ever expected them to be.
Yeah, Razorback. I don't think I've ever bought anything on Razorback that I thought sucked.
Yeah, me either. Yeah,
they're almost always fun, but then it seems disposable to me. Like I shelve it and I forget about it until
they are one of those labels where they have their core sound, and they kind of don't deviate much from it.
Yeah,
cool label. Yeah. I agree with you though. Yeah, they sometimes, if that's not all your cup of tea, it could come off as like maybe kind of boring at times.
Right. Well, I just grabbed the new releases I got, so I think you have this one, right?
Yeah, I'll be showing it soon. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, well we can talk about that when you show it.
Sure. Yeah, might as
Um,
well.
how about this one?
I have that, but I haven't heard it yet. As to where the Blue Oyster Cult, I have heard.
Okay. Um, I like it. I don't love it, but I like it better than the last couple. The last
Okay.
couple I thought were kind of the last one I really loved was Arctic Thunder,
Yeah.
and then Old Star I thought it was pretty good, and then
Yeah.
Eternal Hails and what was the last one? I don't know.
Oh
Astral.
yeah. I can't remember either.
Those I found kind of boring. So this is
Yeah.
an improvement on those. Um, I do like the return of Fenris's kind of goofy epic vocals on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the single that I heard, but I haven't heard the whole album yet.
Oh, if if Simon wants to laugh at me more for my shitty purchases, look what just came in the mail.
Whoa, what even is that?
The new 6 Feet Under.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they had a new album.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think their last few albums have been too bad. I mean, Barnes' vocals at times suck, but musically they're still pretty good. I think the last couple albums have been good.
See, they put out like complete garbage, and then out of nowhere they'll put out one that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's kind of what they do.
They time it just enough so that if they put out like 3 shitty ones in a row, I would probably just stop. But they always sneak a good one in there, so I feel like I got to keep up.
Yeah, they do.
Jack Owen joined in the last one, and my expectations were way too high. I was like, oh, Jack Owen's in the band, let's go.
Yeah,
and I didn't like it at all.
Oh, okay.
But we'll try again. So
yeah, I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know that they had a new album out.
Killing for Revenge, it's called. Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
This comment says it all right here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Roger. I'm a sick man.
That's all you need to know.
And New Graveworm.
Oh, I got to get that. Yeah.
Lord of the Darkest Depths. Still early days, but yeah, I love it. I really like it so far. He's doing a lot more of those kind of higher pitched melodic leads, kind of over the top, which he would like sprinkle in, like 2 or 3 songs on an album usually. But he's doing a lot more on this, and I really like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just a killer album. Nice Riddick art there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna order that this weekend.
And also, this just came in a little sleeve, but he's selling the demos of the Funeral Rites album.
Oh, cool.
So, called Demo Rites.
I like Funeral Rites. That's the album I like.
So, have not gotten to that one yet, but yeah. So those are the new releases I've picked up, I guess, since last time we did this.
Sweet. All right, I'll show 3 things here. Got a couple of cassette tapes, so I guess we're doing every format here. This I can't remember. I couldn't remember at the time if I had this album or not, because I know it didn't come out on all formats. Like I feel like it might not have came out on CD, which is weird. But another Toto album. What's this? Isolation. This one I like much more than Fahrenheit. This came out in '84. Terrible cover. Whatever. This album is actually pretty awesome. And then I've got I've been wanting to pick this up. I didn't really care what format, so I saw it on tape for cheap, so I bought it. But Lord Chaos, Thorns of Impurity. This came out on Nuclear War Now, I don't know, a year ago or so. Yeah, last year. Well, repressed. This came out, I think, in the late 90s. Black metal out of Australia. The main guy in the band, because I don't think it's a solo project, but the main guy, you might know, what was his name? Astenu or something like that. He was in Dimmu Borgir for a while in like the early 2000s. Yeah, Astenu. He moved to Norway for a while, basically, because he felt like that would be a better place for his black metal stuff. I think he's back in Australia now, but he moved to Norway for a while. He was in Dimmu Borgir, which goes to show how good he is, obviously. And then he had another band that was really cool. I think like Head Not Found put it out. Um, I can't remember the name of that band. It had like 3 albums, really good. Someone here will know. And he was in Covenant. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah,
Was it
he was in Covenant too.
Carpe Tenebrum?
Yeah, Carpe Tenebrum. Yep.
Nice pull for me.
Yeah, you're totally right. It was a good band. And last thing I'll show for now is I never really knew about this prior to seeing it just randomly in a store, but Genesis Archive, 1967 through 75. When I first saw it and I saw that, I was like, I don't need one of those, compilations that's just like, oh, here's all their songs from this era, or here's it's not a best of or a greatest hits or anything. This is all like unreleased demo material and live tracks and stuff like that. And it comes in a very cool box, and it's got a huge booklet that's super detailed, and there's some awesome pictures in here, stuff like that, and it's probably 40-50 pages too. So yeah,
I think that's going for decent money, because I was looking. I when I started listening to the early Genesis stuff, I stumbled across that and was like, oh, I wonder if I should get that, and I couldn't find a good price for it.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't pay too much for it, so I got it. Yeah, just sitting in a local store. So yeah, CD. It's 4 CDs. Disc 1 is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway live, recorded in 74. CD 2 is the other part of Lamb live. CD 3 is, let's see, live recordings and some singles, some A sides, some B sides. But what I'm seeing here is it's not just like, some of these releases are like, oh, here's a bunch of throwaway tracks. This isn't one of those. This actually has cool stuff on it. And CD4 has got some BBC recordings and some demo recordings and stuff like that. So there's, as far as I know, there is like unreleased stuff on this. So worth getting in just for that reason.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not throwaway stuff. So yeah, what do you got?
Well, let's see here. I've shown enough garbage. I think I should probably show some stuff that's actually good, right?
That's up to you.
I want to really hype this one, An Abstract Illusion.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. I need to check it out.
It's their second full length called Whoa. It's on Willow Tip, so it's easy to get.
Yeah.
The first one is pretty rare from what I have seen. They have an EP also. Swedish band, I guess you would say a progressive death metal. I think when I talked to you about them, I said they're kind of a cynic vibe.
Yeah.
But much heavier.
Yeah.
They go into really furious death metal parts, and then just long, beautiful passages of just kind of instrumental stuff. Cool. They've got guest violin, cello, whatever on certain songs, clarinet.
Wow.
Guest female vocals on some songs, and this is kind of structured. I think when I read the write up, it said it's an hour-long song. It's definitely divided into sections that are songs, I would say, but they all do flow together into each other to make kind of a continuous piece of music. The first time I heard it, I really liked it, and then the next time I heard it, it was just like one of those that kind of takes you into another world.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's so much so that I just immediately went online and spent way too much money to get the first one, but
wow,
whatever, you got to do it. Steve, it's S&T Young. He hyped this band up. He actually had the first one, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Yep, I gotta."
I must have missed out on that. I didn't remember him bringing that band up. Yeah, I'm very interested in hearing that.
So that will lead into this stack of garbage, because I ordered it from Willow Tip directly, and there was no shipping or free shipping in America.
Oh.
And then they said the magic words to me. He's like, "Hey, you want a box of random CDs for $20?" I was like, "Yes, I do."
Yes, I do.
So I got a bunch of stuff. I really have no idea what most of this is.
Yeah.
Something called Bearing Teeth. Atrophy. I don't know.
Okay.
And being that they're all on Willowtip, I assume I probably won't like most of these, but
It's probably going to be like, yeah, some sort of technical death metal,
but why spend $20 on something I want when I can
Yeah.
get $20 worth of shit I won't like, but a lot of it,
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't make
hopefully
any
you
sense.
like at least one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I could use them for blind blasphemies or something.
Yeah.
Sulaco, tearing through the roots. I don't know that.
Oh,
That
I think
cover
I
just
know
kinda
that
pisses me
band.
off.
I think that band, the guy that was in Brutal Truth for like the last some odd years that they were a band. I'm pretty sure that was one of his bands.
Okay. So in other words, I'm not gonna like it, but
I think it's like technical death grind or something like that.
the Dying Light.
That's a
the
pretty good
Killswitch.
band, actually.
Is it okay? Cool.
Yeah, some of the dudes, or at least one of the dudes, was in Dim Mak.
Okay. Can't even read it. I don't know. If anyone in the chat knows any of these and wants to give their opinion, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Defeatist. There's a
Heard the
million
name.
songs on here, so I assume it's a grind band.
I think so.
Terminal Function. No idea.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Figuring the Abstract.
Hey,
Mephistopheles.
You might like every single one of them. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Mephistopheles in Reverence of Forever. I don't know. Kind of an interesting cover. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. As Eden Burns. And I've heard of this band, I think, Contrarian.
I've heard the name, or I've heard the band. Yeah, I think George Callias from Nile, I think, plays drums in that band.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is kind of a recent one, 2019. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably those will be popping up on a Blind by Blasphemies at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully
like
they don't also.
You might like like all of them. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. I guess I'll start getting into. I'll save the new releases for last. Okay, so I got. So a week or two ago, I saw Flotsam and Jetsam live. I've seen them before. They're a really cool live band, and I've always liked them, their music. But I will say that, like, I don't know, they have a lot of albums that aren't really all that good. The first like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 were really good, especially the first album. And then their recent like 3 albums have been really good, but almost everything in the middle is pretty iffy. And this album is pretty iffy, but Ugly Noise got it signed by the whole band. You can't really see too much, but yeah, there's 4 autographs there. It's okay. It's got some good songs. It's got a lot of just kind of pointless, forgettable songs. But I've been filling in the gaps with this band for some reason, because I just love their first 2 albums so much. And that was from 2012, and this next album's from 2001. I think it's 1. My God, pretty bad album cover.
Yeah, that's really 2000s for sure.
Yeah, it's to be expected from that time. I mean, that's just how things looked back then. Not good. So I haven't heard that yet. I don't want to just assume that it's terrible, but it might not be that great. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a leg to stand on. I own every 6 Feet Under album, so.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. That's a similar situation. Okay, and then I got this band. I always thought they were pretty cool. I picked this up really cheap, or else I probably wouldn't have gotten it. 2018, Waxen, Terror Decree, I think it's called. It's a solo black metal band out of the U.S. It came out on Moribund Records. It's pretty cool because it's got this guy that it's only one guy, and he's like a guitar shredder type guy. So it's cool to see him play black metal. Like there are some good guitar solos and stuff here, but it's not like it's pretty much raw black metal, for the most part.
Yeah, Kevin just sent me Where Evil Dwells, something like that. It's another Toby Knapp project.
Okay.
When I ordered that, he threw in some other stuff and sent that. So I haven't listened to it yet, but for what I've heard of that guy, I've enjoyed it. So I'll
He's a
definitely.
very good guitar player. There's no doubting that.
Yeah.
He was in a cool band. I think it was called Onward or something like. It was like a power metal band in the early 2000s. Really,
Okay.
that's my favorite thing that he did. But yeah, what do you got?
All right. Where to? Well, let's get into this garbage. So the same shop where I picked up all that stuff, like Cycle Sluts from Hell. I'm going through something, man. Getting older, I don't know. I'm trying to relive the childhood,
Oh
buying
yeah,
buying Swamp Thing comic books, and so this stuff has not really interested me much. But I've been listening to some glam lately, it's like some '80s sleaze.
oh
So
wow,
I picked up the first Faster Pussycat album.
I
Um,
remember that band.
I really thought I'd like this way more than I did. Uh, it definitely had the attitude and the swagger of a sleazy hard rock slash hair metal band, but the songs are just pretty lame, like
Yeah,
pretty C minus material, I thought, but
yeah.
I thought I'd check it out. This was super embarrassing.
Oh, Firehouse. I remember that band too.
It was $2, like whatever. I felt like hearing, really, I knew three of the songs, now only like one of them. So what did I buy this for? But I liked All She Wrote. I thought that was a cool song, so I thought I'd check out the album. And it's not very good.
Oh.
But uh, okay, here's the. Oh, I got Skid Row's greatest hits too. Again, a couple bucks.
I do like the first two Skid Row albums.
Yeah, I do too. So I thought that'd be neat. Now this one, okay, I originally bought it just kind of as a joke on Alan from Let's Talk Metal because this was the first album he ever bought with his own money. Danger, Danger.
I know the name. I've never heard it.
I had heard Naughty Naughty, I'm pretty sure.
Is it hair metal?
That was their hit. Yeah, they're hair metal. But strangely not. Like this reminds me much more of like AOR, like Survivor.
Oh, okay.
They're it's pretty keyboard heavy and just kind of like sugary sweet pop songs.
Yeah.
With a lot of hairspray involved, I guess. But yeah, they don't sound like Poison or anything like that to me. They're closer to like a Journey or a Survivor.
Oh, that's cool.
So this started as me just buying it because I thought it was funny and it was only a couple bucks, and I really like it.
Awesome.
I enjoyed it a lot.
That's cool.
Which led to I bought the second album.
Ah.
I don't know how well you can see that, but
Pretty good.
It's
an interesting cover.
That's Jane with the giant tits riding on ping pong or something.
It's pretty cool, actually.
This is super juvenile, like double entendre gives it too much credit. It's more like single entendre.
Oh,
Slipped Her the Big One is the name of one of the songs. If that tells you where we're going.
It sure does.
There's a very ill-advised rap song at the end of this.
Wow.
With the guys from Extreme rapping on here as guests.
Weird.
Ginger Lynn intros the album by like moaning and making sex sounds for like a minute straight. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
This isn't as fun as the first album. They were kind of leaning into like, oh, we're a hair metal band, so we got to talk about pussy more.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was super cheap. I don't regret getting it at all. So there it is. There's my poser haul.
And to be fair to them, I guess that was kind of the era where it's like those glam bands didn't really know what to do, So let's try some different stuff and see if it works.
And that was the second album. They were late to the party. That second album was '91, where it was all starting to fall apart anyway.
Yeah. So they didn't have much of a chance. I think that that first album was sold pretty well, if I remember correctly. But you know how it goes.
Yep.
So I got I couldn't remember if I already had this. I know I have it on vinyl, but I like this album a lot. Bent Out of Shape by Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
83. Yeah, this is one of the Joe Lynn Turner albums, which I like all of them actually.
That one is that one the one with Street of Dreams on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Joe Lynn Turner. I think he's an amazing singer. yeah, maybe he doesn't stand out too much, but he's just always been really good. So I like his Rainbow albums.
Yeah, I've always liked him too.
And then I think you have said in the past, like I have, like you're not a huge Deep Purple fan.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not either, but I do pick up their stuff when I see it really cheap. So this is like 1990. Yeah. Slaves and Masters. This is most Deep Purple fans. I think this is like their least favorite. And I can see why. The first track is good. King of Dreams, really good actually. So when I played this, I was like, oh, this album's gonna be awesome. It just kind of goes downhill after that. So,
What?
but
Who sings on that one?
Jolyn Turner.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people, I think that they didn't like him being in Deep Purple because they're like, oh, he just makes everything sound like Rainbow to us. But, um, or yeah, he was not a favorite singer for this band. But yeah, the first song's really awesome.
Yeah, man. What a strange career he had, like bouncing around. Was he Ingve's singer for a while?
Yeah, pretty sure he was. Yeah, you ever notice how all those bands are really like tied together, like Yngwie Malmsteen, Rainbow, Deep Purple, and maybe one or two others. Yeah, they just would share member. And like Alcatraz and stuff. They,
Yeah, yeah.
they would just kind of bounce members around, but it worked.
Frickin' who popped up with me the other day? Jeff Scott Soto. He's another one that's like
Yeah, another
it
one.
seems like he's been in every band since 1974.
Yeah.
I keep referencing Metal Theologian because I just watched his last video, but he showed this album called Panther, or a band called Panther, with like this chick on the front and all fours with big hair, and in the glam shit I've been listening to, was like, oh, that was awesome. So I looked it up. Jeff Scott Soto.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I haven't heard of that. I haven't even heard of that band. Yeah, he's one of those like sought after like session vocalists. Like we need someone for session, like, oh, let's go find Jeff Scott Soto.
Yep, yep.
But he's great. He's a great singer. There's no doubt in that.
He is. Yeah, we saw him with oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name? Sons of Apollo. The kind of the
Oh
prog.
yeah, he was in Sons of Apollo. That's right.
Saw him live, and he still sounds great live. I don't know how old he is, but he's no kid.
No, he's probably at least in his 50s. Probably
Yeah.
older. Probably older than that. He's probably like 60.
Yep.
And then I'll start getting into the new releases. I'll just show this one now, get it out of the way. The Blue Oyster Cult Ghost Stories.
Okay. Yeah.
I know you have it too.
Yep.
I love the cover. The cover is so damn cool. This is like one of the coolest album covers I've seen in a long time, I think. And there's definitely a divide on this album, which is understandable. Yeah, like you said, it's not really a new solo or a new studio album. It's more of a compilation, right? Of like actually I don't remember the rest of the story. I know it's a compilation. Well, maybe you can explain it better.
Yeah. Okay. That's something that annoyed me about it. The notes I want the notes inside to tell me, like, okay, where this tape came from and
Yeah.
what session it was from. So the information I have is from watching a YouTube video about it from that Richie and one of the other producers was just talking about the process of making it. So these are rehearsal tapes from, I think, 78 to 83.
Yeah, that's right.
So there are some. The only clue you have is Al Bouchard is not the drummer on a couple songs, and they do note that, so you know that's from the later sessions. So they took these tapes and kind of tried to clean them up, and when they couldn't clean them up, they did re-record little parts that needed to be filled in. And he made the mistake of mentioning that they used AI to help them.
Oh, no.
Then every friggin' boomer freaked out, like, oh, they're making an album with AI.
Oh, no.
No, they were using the AI to like try to separate the tracks out so they could work with it. But yeah, I mean, overall, I understand why none of these songs were on those albums from that time.
Same here. Yeah.
It seems like leftovers.
Yeah.
Supernatural, I think, is kind of cool.
Yeah. I like it.
Don't Come Running to Me, I like. I don't know. Soul Jive, I think, fucking is embarrassing and garbage.
Yeah, it's not very good.
And then they've got the covers that they did live, which
Yep.
they're on live albums. We don't really need studio versions to kick out the jams, but
We didn't need it. I actually liked it. I liked the cover, the Kick Out the Jams cover.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sorry I bought it.
Yeah.
And since it seems like it's going to be the last album they do.
You think so?
That's what it sounded like from the way they're talking
Okay.
about it. So
Yeah. I get it. They've been around a long time.
yeah, and at their stage of their lives and career, I think going out with The Symbol Remains is the way to do it. I don't think they're going to top that.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. They probably won't or wouldn't. Yeah. I think they're all like in like pushing 70 now or something, maybe even 70.
Oh man, I looked it up. I think Eric might be 76.
Damn. That's crazy.
And Buck, I think, is 74 or something like that.
Damn. I know Buck I've heard is just about to release a solo album, so there's that.
Okay.
Yeah. Could be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he put out at least one. Were there two?
I'm not sure. I've never heard any solo stuff that he's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome live. I couldn't believe it. Like these two grandpas up there. I thought, well, it'll be fun to see them. But yeah, they can still do it. At least,
better than you thought. Yeah.
At least, a year and a half ago they could. I'm assuming they're still can.
Yeah, because they haven't really stopped playing live. They've been pretty consistently touring lately. So yeah, they probably haven't really lost much from the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think it's now like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows. They're not like they're not grinding it out in Topeka on a Tuesday night, but
no. I'm sure they're over that. They're over touring long tours and yeah.
The T-shirt they were selling at the show I went to on the back just said "On Tour Forever." So
they just never stopped.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do. That's what you like to do. I mean, it might be keeping them healthy. Who knows?
It probably has. Yeah, it's probably halted the aging process a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, all right. What do we got?
I still have like a stack of probably 11 or 12.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All new releases, all 2024.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah.
Nice job.
It just kind of happened.
I think last time we did one, I showed the debut EP or whatever demo or whatever.
Yeah.
Citadel. So I finally listened to the full length. Yeah, and Trevor had said that this is way better, and yeah, it is. This is fantastic.
Cool.
If you like Storm Height, I think you'll kind of know what you're getting into. Very symphonic, majestic kind of black metal.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, and then there's an EP after this that I haven't listened to yet, but yep, very happy I got it. After listening to the first one, I was like, oh geez, I bought 3 of their releases, and I'm not that crazy about the first one I listened to. Maybe that was a mistake, but
maybe.
happy I got it now.
Yeah.
I guess this is kind of a new release. Temple of Void, the first 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Just basically the non-album stuff. Uh-oh, I got a ghost. Hello.
That's what it looked like.
Cat had to come in and say hi. Yeah, so this is all their non-album stuff, like Decibel, Flexi song, some 7 inches, some splits.
And it's all early stuff, right?
Yeah, from earliest tiers 2013, the newest is 2019.
Okay.
So
yeah, I like them. I only got around to listening to them like not that long ago. I got their album from last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I liked it.
Yeah,
I know there was a lot of bitching about it, right? Remember that? People.
Oh, because there were clean vocals on it or something.
People weren't too hot on it. I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, they were playing the pre-show for Hell's Head Bash 2.
Oh wow.
And I just I was there and saw them. I was like, oh, these guys freaking rule. So
yeah.
I know you're gonna be stoked about this one. You probably already have it, right? The entertainment world has been all abuzz because Funeral Rape has returned.
Funeral Rape.
This one's called
I've heard the name.
Oh my god. It features such classic hits as "Dildo Widow," "Funeral Orgy Party," "My Cock Your Hearse," "Two Girls One Urn."
Oh god,
So yeah,
those are
just
awesome titles.
goofy porno grind fun. But as far as like, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of subgenre, but
I'm
I
not either.
bought their classic album, "A Chainsaw in the Cunt," because I thought it was funny, and actually really did enjoy the song. So I kind of, whenever I see a funeral rape album, I'll pick it up, and this was the new one. So got that one. All right, you want to go?
Yeah. All right. Random thing I found the other day, which I'd never even heard of. It's like a newer band. Night Shall Drape Us. It's called, with Lunatic Choir.
Oh yeah.
It's like Finnish black metal. A bunch of guys that have been in like the Hexen and stuff like that. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's definitely intrigued, or it has me intrigued. It's got like, so it's everything is done by this one guy. And then he's got three singers that they don't all sing at the same time, but he's got three vocalists on this album that they're all guys from like Horna and Behexen and stuff like that. So there's no way it could be bad. I don't think it should be good.
I want to say Roger just showed that. I just saw that like somewhere.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I assume I'll like it. I just haven't listened yet. And then only heard one or two songs off this, both which were good. The new Deicide album, "Banished by Sin." Ever since the first time I saw that album cover, I hated it. It's kind of growing on me, but it's not very good.
It just looks like the Kerry King one that also sucks.
It does. It's almost the same as the Kerry King cover. The back cover is pretty awesome. It's got like Glenn Benton as a skeleton.
All right.
Glenn Benton. If you wanted to see Glenn Benton as a skeleton, there you go. But yeah, I've only heard the first two songs, and I thought they were awesome. I've always liked Deicide, so they got a new guitar player now, and there's I don't know if this is a direction they wanted to go, and there's like tons of guitar solos. So I don't know if they're like, yeah, this new guy's really good, we want to show him off, but there's just solos all over the place, which I'm not complaining about that. It's, from what I've heard so far, I like it quite a bit.
You know, I did not kept up with Deicide, but I did get the one before this one. What was that? I don't know. I'll never remember.
Yeah, me either. I like it though. Blasphemy.
But I really liked it. I really didn't expect anything from it and really liked it. So
yeah, that's how I felt too. And then the new Dark Throne album that I haven't listened to yet. That's okay. Excited to listen to it. I just haven't. Lots of cool artwork. The inside, I like.
Yeah, I think we're headed in the right direction now with that one.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll listen to it soon. All right, your turn.
All right. These also came from that box I hadn't opened, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to even remember what this was. I'll save that for later. I'll research that while you're. Well, the reason I bought it, but I don't remember what it was. Sabathian, I guess. Latum Alterum. It's on.
Looks cool.
It's on Savarts. It is Chad Davis of Hour 13.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And with a female vocalist, I did sample this and thought it was really cool. And then Hell's had it, and it's got a bonus disc with another EP they did.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I mean, basic traditional Doom from what I remember, but with female vocals, and not annoying female vocals. I don't know if I can say that. Is that misogynist?
I know what you mean.
I can't fucking stand Lucifer. Get out.
Really. I like Lucifer.
Oh really? Okay.
I've only really heard the first album, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Female vocals can be some of my favorite kind of vocals, but they can also go the other way and just completely turn me off. So.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Picked up a classic I should already have had, probably. Warlord, Deliver Us.
I don't have it either. That's a great album.
Yeah, I just have never had a copy of it, and Hell's had I think it's been reissued recently, but this is the earlier one from 2016 that has a whole bonus disc of rarities, demos, their the Metal Massacre songs. Yeah, so had to get that, fill a hole.
Which album was that again?
Deliver Us, their debut.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. So I have heard that. I haven't heard some of their later stuff.
And I used to have some Vicious Rumors. I don't anymore. I don't know. Some purge along the way. I lost them. But this is randomly on Amazon for $5.
Oh wow,
Brand new. Sadistic Symphony. I've not heard it. I've only heard
I
like
haven't
the
either.
Atlantic Records kind of era.
Yeah.
But this came out in like, I don't know, 2000 something like that. So
Oh, okay,
I
their
figured for
early
five
stuff's
bucks.
really good.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I would.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. 3 more. Well, more than that, but newest album from Necro Wretch, Swords of Dajal, I guess you could say. Century or Season of Mist. I always liked this band ever since they came out. Their early stuff is like really barbaric, like black death metal, and this one's more of, it's almost like they shed a lot of the black or death metal elements. It's almost a black metal album, so it's cool. I love when bands like don't do the same thing every album.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think they kind of did for their first few, so it was nice to see them go in a different direction. It's really good melodic black metal. I guess sort of melodic, not super melodic, but I told you about this. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I mean, I just bought it. It's the Attila Chihar album that he put out recently.
Yeah.
The
How
Void
is
of
it?
Voices. I've only skimmed through it barely. It's like a minimalistic ambient album, which I do like stuff like that from time to time. So
Okay.
um, yeah,
Oh,
I haven't
I
seen anyone
expected
talk
it to
about
be
it.
super like abrasive and like noise. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's more lighter and simple and like minimalist.
Okay, cool.
Roger said he likes the new Necro Wretch album. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really digging it too so far. All right, and then I got I don't know if you've got this yet, the new My Dying Bride album.
No, I've kind of dipped out on them. I
Oh,
was
okay, that's fair. I haven't listened to this one yet, other than the single, which I thought was really good. I don't remember which one's the single, but thought it was good. I haven't listened to it yet, but my one buddy that's a huge fan of this band loves the album, and I've heard some people say it's just kind of more of the same. So we'll see.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
digging it.
Liam, the Death Doom Metalhead, talk about it. He seemed to be kind of in the later camp of like it's good, but
Yeah,
nothing that's gonna set your world on fire.
that's how I felt about their last album. It just kind of went in one ear and out the other for the most part.
Yeah, I don't. Why did I quit following them and I bought 6 Feet Under?
I don't know.
Now I'm having a crisis of conscience. I don't know who I am or why I exist.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they never put out an album that I didn't like. I
Right.
missed
And
one and then I missed another one and then I just like I
yeah.
guess I'm out for now.
Yeah, I've done that with a lot of bands, so I know what you mean.
Um, okay, now I remember why I bought this, and I'm not sure how to say it. Olio Tatien Takana. They're Finnish. I got this because VKS of Vargrav. This is another of his projects.
Oh, it should be good then.
Yeah, I listened to a bit online, and yeah, I'm looking at the metal archives here just to so I don't seem like a total idiot. They describe it as avant-garde atmospheric black metal, and yeah, that's kind of what I would say also. And on vocals is Hellwind Inferion, who is involved in a lot of projects. He's in Embryonic Slumber, also with VKS, and he did the vocals on the last Grieve album.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
With Werewolf and VKS on that as well. So just kind of guys and bands I like in another project. I thought I'd pick it up while it was available for a decent price here. Have not listened to it though. Obviously, it's still wrapped.
Yeah, I like all the stuff I've heard from that guy. All the bands he's been in, I've liked.
Yeah.
So
Even his like Dungeon Synth project. I'm not really that into Dungeon Synth, but I have one of it, one Drowning Forest.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good too. I mean,
Oh,
he's a
yeah, I remember that. I think that band sometimes. I think that he sometimes puts some black metal in there. I could be wrong though.
oh, okay. Um, yeah, I guess this is the end of my stack of music. I got some books I can fill in with though if you need me to.
Sure.
So we're back on the poser train. You heard of Perfect Plan?
No.
So this is a Swedish group, definitely AOR. It's really hard. I realize it's really hard to research bands when they're not on Metal Archives now because I'm just so used to
It
it.
is. Yeah, I know.
Because they all look like middle-aged dudes. And I was like, they've got to have been in other bands, right? They didn't
Probably.
just start 5 years ago, playing this kind of like Journey Survivor type music.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find any real information. But I had their last album and really liked it. And then I saw Amazon had this live album, live in the studio. This is one of those like pandemic live show
Oh
deals.
yeah, yeah.
And then their
Is
second
that
album.
are they on Frontiers Records or?
Of course, they're.
That's what I figured.
The lead singer Kent Hilly seems to be kind of the star of the band. I mean, fantastic voice. You could have plugged him into like any '80s group, Foreigner or
Yeah.
whatever. He would have fit right in.
Cool.
He's also the singer of Giant now. Giant has been kind of restarted.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember that band. Kind of
I remember the name.
kind of an AOR-ish band from like the late '80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, I'm a sucker for AOR, so
Yeah. Good AOR is always a nice treat, when it's done well and professional sounding and good songwriting, it could be good.
especially like these days when those bands don't really exist anymore outside of Frontiers. It's fun to hear like a new AOR band.
Yeah, I know, that's a good point. It's like a time machine, that
Yeah.
label. All right, that's all you got?
Yep.
Okay. I got 6 more, so
Okay.
still in the new releases. I got, even though I didn't really love the last album, I picked this up anyway. It's got a really cool cover, and they're a good band. Necrot,
Okay.
Lifeless Birth, third album, I think, third or fourth. Came out on Tank Crimes. I haven't listened to it yet, but I've heard people say that it's like their best album so far. So I thought their last album was good. It just didn't do a whole lot for me. It's kind of like simple death metal, sort of Swedish sounding, but not not at the same time. Kind of like that Swedish guitar tone. They have that going on, which I'm not a huge fan of bands that do that. Usually they just come across as kind of boring to me. So we'll see. And then I got some brutal death metal stuff. I've been kind of going back to that sound from time to time lately. Comatose Records, everyone knows that label. Usually you know what you're getting when you buy something from Comatose. Not the coolest band name ever. Brutalism, Solace in Absurdity. Cool cover. And I don't love the band name, but I like how they did a logo that's not like the it's not like symmetrical. It's like a sloppy logo, and I like it.
Yeah.
No
It's
symmetry.
different for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Got the new Necrophobic. I think Simon was talking about that. I love Necrophobic. I haven't heard this yet. I'm kind of missing the Necrolord cover arts. I mean, the cover's fine, but it's not. I don't love it. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
love
Trevor
Necrophobic.
had said it's his favorite Necrophobic actually.
Of out of all their stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it.
He's super high on it. So yeah, I haven't heard it yet. I'll be looking forward to it though.
Oh, sweet. All right, and you want me to just go through my last 3?
Oh, I can if you want to break it up, I can show something else.
Sure, go for it.
I showed this on one of my videos, but I thought I'd bust it out again because it's pretty fantastic.
That's sweet.
The Absolute Swamp Thing. It is oversized. I didn't bring one for comparison. Like a normal comic book would probably stop right here.
Oh, okay.
big slipcase.
Yeah, that era of that comic was super good. The Alan Moore
Oh yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
and it's a very like mossy kind of texture on it.
Oh, cool.
I've heard people complain about it. They say it attracts too much dust, but I
Oh
guess it
well.
just got to be careful with it.
Was that Bernie Wrightson that did the artwork, or was that
So
someone?
this is the Alan Moore era. So it was John Totalbin
Oh, okay.
and uh, Rick Veitch. Yeah, the Bernie Wrightson did the original '70s series.
Oh, that's right.
Um, but yeah, just gorgeous inside.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've seen people complain that like they think that they recolored it because the colors are too vibrant, and I was like, oh no, it's colorful and looks good. Shit,
Yeah.
I want it to look like shitty newsprint.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna grab that quick to show you. I picked up a couple of old issues on eBay, and it's not mint or anything, but it's not ripped up. I mean,
No.
no obvious damage. But you open it up and just look how shitty it looks.
Yeah,
It's like
faded looking
so
and yeah.
faded, and you can see the little dots like
Yeah.
that make the color because it was just cheap newsprint.
Yeah.
So the choice between this and the recolored version, I'll take the recolored version.
Yeah, I would too.
But yeah, that was a kind of a big purchase I didn't really need to make. But this is a $100 book, and I found it for 35, brand new. So I figured,
Wow.
if I was ever going to get it, now's the time to do it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great comic. I don't think I own any of it, but I've read a lot of the issues. It's really good.
yeah, oh yeah, really, really influential, and still holds up. Still is kind of shocking today when you read it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And I realized rereading it that I should not have been reading it when it came out. I was
Yeah,
like
I know
8 or
what you
9 years
mean.
old, and I'm reading about a guy demonically possessing his niece's husband so that he can get her pregnant. Like I should not have been reading that, but
They probably wouldn't do that nowadays.
it was a comic book, so my mom thought it was okay.
Yeah, she never looked on the inside,
No,
The cover looks fine. He can have it.
yeah. Just a silly monster book. Who cares?
Yeah, harmless. All right, I got 3 more releases. This is a total random buy. I really like this band's first album, but I haven't heard anything else they've done. Darkness, Blood on Canvas. Old German thrash metal. They were around, back when they came out back when, Creator and Sodom were coming up and stuff. And a lot of diehard thrash fans really like their first album, and I've never heard anyone else talk about any of the others. So I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe not. Thought it'd be cool to get though.
Yeah.
And more brutal death metal from Comatose. We've got Cercinatory with Gore Sphere. Another really cool album cover. It's got like a Evil Dead looking, very Evil Dead inspired with a crazy tree.
Yeah.
It's brutal death metal. I haven't really gone through it too much, but I mean, I like it. I don't know what to compare it to or whether it stands out or not. I'm not sure, but it's brutal death metal. Probably nothing that's going to blow anyone away, but I dig it. And last but not least, Slime Lord with I think this is their debut full length. Getting some hype, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. I think it's their debut full length, but pretty cool death metal band that I gotta say I'll give them credit where it doesn't. I'm not gonna say it's completely original, but it also doesn't sound like a million bands that are playing right now. They kind of do have their own sound, really. It's like really, it kind of looks like the cover. It's like really nasty, goopy, wet, kind of swampy sounding death metal. Really gross and slimy sounding. I've seen some people compare it to like a less black metal Worm. I think I've seen some people say.
Okay.
Like maybe the earlier Worm stuff. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's getting hyped, but whatever. I'm enjoying it. So a lot of people have been talking about it. I love an album that doesn't have a logo of any sort. I always like when albums have that. No band logo, no title, just the drawing, which is cool.
They have like a sticker on the outside or something to tell you what it was.
Oh, it might have. I can't remember. It might have had a hype sticker.
So I'm grumpy about new death metal. Do you think I should check that one out?
I'd say check it out. At least check it out on YouTube or something. It's I don't know how much mileage I'm gonna get out of it, but I'm enjoying it so far. Just because it's
Okay.
I do like that kind of gross, sounding death metal. Like it's cavernous sounding, but it doesn't sound like, I wouldn't call it like incantation worship or anything. They kind of
Okay.
have their own thing going on, really.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the name pop up quite a bit. So I
Yeah,
guess I'll have to check it out.
yeah. I'd say check it out for sure. And that's all I got. How about you?
Yep, that's it. I told you I didn't buy anything, and I bought a lot of crap, and
Yeah.
some of it was pretty embarrassing, but
Eh,
it is what it is.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't worry about it. What matters is that you wanted it. You at least wanted to give it a chance.
Right. And any of
Maybe it
this,
didn't work
any
out.
of this stuff I end up that I don't want. I'm gonna rent out a big moving container and throw it all in there and ship it to Simon's house.
Ah.
Take all my
Right to
crap.
his front porch.
That's right.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he'd like some of it. But like I said, maybe you'll like more of that stuff than you expected.
Yeah. It's always fun. I still get a thrill out of. I don't know anything about this band. I'm just gonna open it up and listen
Yeah,
to it and see what
yeah.
it is. So, yeah.
I said a couple years back that I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore with with the internet out now. There's no reason to blind buy stuff, but it's just fun to do.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think I'll ever stop completely. I don't think I'll ever go, nope, I don't blind buy anything anymore. I have to listen to it online first, and yeah.
I can't get my head around blind buying like a new record, like dropping $35. Like,
Mm,
oh, it looks like a cool cover. Like, I can't
me
do that.
either. No,
You
no.
know,
Like
offer me a box full
15
of shit
bucks.
you can't sell for
Mm.
$20. I'll definitely do it.
I would too. Yeah, I would too. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. My blind buying does have a cap on how much I'll spend.
Yeah.
And yeah, usually it's either going to be a CD, or it's going to be, if it's vinyl, it's got to be on sale or something for me to blind buy a vinyl, or it's got to
Yeah.
be under 20 bucks. But
Yep. I hear you. I'm
are
doing
you gonna?
better. I'm doing better about resisting the deals so much because I'm not going to spend $25 on that. That's crazy. And then I'd go spend $50 on, utter shit because it was cheap. So I'm doing better about like trying to weigh that better, buy
Yeah,
one thing you really want rather than get a handful of stuff that you kind of want just because of the price. I mean, that's kind of silly, but
yeah, no, I'm the same way.
it's hard to
What do you
resist.
Are you gonna pick up the Black Sabbath or the Tony Martin Black Sabbath box set, or what do you think about that?
I had it in and out of my cart. I don't know. Like,
How much is it, by the way? What's the cost? I've never looked that
I
up.
think the list is 60. Amazon had it for 53.
And that's the
Well,
CD version, probably not the vinyl, right?
yeah, the vinyl I think is 100.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
The CD has the bonus tracks. I think there's like 3 bonus tracks. They're not really that spectacular.
That's what I've heard. I've heard there's not a lot of bonus stuff that you're gonna get, really, that's worth. Yeah,
I mean, I've heard all those songs, and
yeah,
it'd be neat to have them, I guess, but it's
yeah.
not.
Do you already own all those albums, or?
Yeah, I have. I already have them all. So it's like,
Yeah,
you want to spend $53 to get a version of Forbidden that sounds better than. I
yeah,
mean, probably
yeah.
not.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get it either. Did you notice that it doesn't have was it Eternal Idol, I think, is missing from it. So it's
Yeah,
like there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some rights or something.
I think they were. I think they were still on. Was it EMI? What were they on then?
Well, they were on IRS for a while.
Yeah,
So I
these
don't.
are all the IRS albums.
Okay.
So I think this is. I think the Eternal Idol is before they were on IRS.
Oh, okay. I still
Um,
I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, you're leaving one album out. And it's a good album too. So
Yeah, I mean, like they couldn't friggin' make a deal for that. Like, who's
yeah,
clamoring for the rights to Eternal Idol? Like, right? You couldn't let them
yeah,
have it.
that's true.
What's Eternal Idol was on Vertigo, their original label,
Okay.
and it was on what was it? It was on Warner Brothers here.
I think that's the only thing that I don't own. I want to say there's like one Black Sabbath album I don't own. It might be Eternal Idol. I
Oh
can't
man,
remember.
yeah, it's a good one for
I
sure.
mean, I've heard it a ton of times, but yeah, I think I might not own it. If I do get that, or when I get it, I want to get the one with the bonus disc because it's got a
Yeah,
sweet bonus disc, the demo era or the demo stuff for that album with what's his name, Ray Gillen.
yeah. I do not have that version, but I definitely want it. So,
Yeah. Eh,
um,
have you heard it? It's actually really good. That guy had a killer voice.
yeah, I have it downloaded somewhere, so I've heard it, but
Yeah. Like
you
I'm
know,
a big Tony Martin
It's not
fan.
real until I have it on an actual disc.
No, no, it's not. Yeah, I'm a big Tony Martin fan, but I almost at times like I'm like, oh, I don't know, this Ray Gillen version might be better.
Yeah, yeah. It's an interesting what if
Yeah.
what if he stayed in the band, because like there's also a special edition of Seventh Star that has a live show with Ray on vocals, and yeah,
Yeah.
he was awesome live too. But
Yeah.
I
He
don't
didn't
know.
last very long in that band.
Yeah, I don't even remember the story of that. Do you remember what happened?
I
They
can't
well,
remember if it's because of his AIDS or if they kicked him out before that. I can't remember. I know he just wasn't in the band very long, maybe a couple months or something, maybe a
yeah,
year.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
obviously probably based on what we learned, not a great dude, but
Probably not.
um, yeah, there's no shortage of those kind of people in my record collection, so I don't.
No, no,
None of my
no.
business.
I always thought I think we talked about it too. I always thought it was funny how like they stopped printing the what was that band that he was in? Badlands. They stopped making repressing Badlands albums because of what he did. But it's like that's not fair to the rest of the band, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't know about any of that, I'm sure. I'm sure they had nothing
Right.
to do with it, it's like and also they could like a lot of I've seen people say like why don't you just sell the album and give money to charity or something, some of the sales, like don't just stop making the album. So you can't get it now, like unless you buy a original pressing. You can't get a new Badlands. You can't just go buy Badlands albums.
I would have thought like somebody like Rock Candy would have picked it up.
You would
Um,
think.
that
I
yeah,
guess I guess whoever made a decision, I don't know who, but they made a decision that album is never going to be repressed, which is like that's so stupid.
yeah. Like who does that help? I don't.
Yeah, like
The guy's dead. He's not going to make any money from it. Like
yeah,
so.
he's not going to profit from it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Uh,
I'm not a big Badlands fan. I think that first album's pretty good though for what it is. It's really good actually for what it is. Not really my
yeah.
cup of
I mean,
tea.
it's definitely fun.
Yeah,
If I ran across it, like I just ran across Faster Pussycat, I definitely would pick it up but I
I would
wouldn't
too.
spend $50 on it.
No, yeah, if I see it out in the wild, it's like 20 or less. I'd probably snag it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I said for what it is. It's really good. Not really my cup of tea, but it's a pretty cool album. Badlands. Yeah. All
Anything you're
right.
looking forward to coming out, or
Let's see. I don't think so. What about you?
Lunar Spells? I think it's been out, but I think it's finally available here. Hell's Headbangers. I just had it and I put it in order. So
What is
I'm
it?
Lunar Spells.
Oh yeah, I checked some of that out. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I really got into that. Picked up all their stuff. They don't have much. They got an EP and a split and a couple full lengths, but really
From
looking forward to the new one. I think
from Greece, right? Was it?
yeah, from
Yeah,
Greece.
yeah.
And I think somebody on Heavy Metallurgy, I think Marty had said that he'd heard it and it's really good. So
Oh, there's a new Kawir album. I think it might be out already.
oh really?
Yeah,
I'm
so I
still
got to
I'm
get
still
that.
catching up. I'm still like on the fourth or fifth album.
Yeah, no, I don't have. Well, I guess I do have most of their stuff. Yeah, yeah. I need to get that. I'm. That's guaranteed to be awesome. And I guess you could say I'm I'm curious to hear the new Rotting Christ album.
Oh yeah, I do. I did order that. I ordered the stupid edition with the incense burner. Not that I wanted that. There's a couple bonus tracks that are only in that version.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. I'll definitely buy it. They're one of those bands that, yeah, they've kind of disappointed me, but I'm still, I haven't written them off. I'm still gonna buy their new stuff. And it's not like they put out an album every year. You know, they're like
right.
every 3 4 years, so it's not that frequent. You know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not expecting a masterpiece or anything.
I didn't hate the. I heard a single from it. It wasn't bad. You know, it was like modern era Rotting Christ, very cinematic sounding. So
Right.
it wasn't boring.
Yep. I'm trying to think of any other ones. Funeral Storm. Somebody mentioned Funeral Storm when I was
Oh yeah, I got that on order
Funeral
already.
Rape, and Funeral Storm. That first one I really really liked. Or was it their first one? Or are they one of those bands that had like one in the '90s and then didn't do anything for a long time?
I
I
don't
can't
think
remember.
so. Yeah, I don't think they had. I don't think so. I think they're a newish band.
Okay, yeah, all right. They did. They had some splits and whatnot. In
But
like
yeah, with in Greece, that's pretty common, right? There's like,
yeah, yeah. 2012. Oh, okay. All right. This is the confusion. They supposedly started in 2001. They didn't record anything until 2012.
oh, okay.
But yeah, that Arcane Mysteries, I really really like that one. So definitely looking forward to their new one.
Yeah, I like what I heard too. I like that the Arcane Mysteries album. It was good.
Anything else? There's that re-release of Talk, the Yes album. That
Oh,
I don't know.
I like it.
It's like $70
Oh
for
shit.
basically a live show.
Oh, okay.
There's the album and then like some alternate mixes or something on the second disc and then a live show. I don't know. I love that
If they
album.
do a CD, I'll buy it. And I probably won't buy the vinyl.
That is the CD.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's like $70.
That's pretty spendy.
That's a little much. I mean, I love that album so much, so I feel like I have to buy it. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's a lot of
I'm
money.
on the fence with that one. I might check it out and see what all it comes with, and maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, that'd be cool to have for sure. Just not maybe not for
Oh,
that amount.
I'm sorry, I just saw Rick's comment there. Nice.
Yeah, Rick's getting it. Rick's getting it. I'm sure I imagine he's getting the vinyl one. That would be
But
my
Rick,
guess.
you have to get the CD version too, or else you won't get the bonus tracks. So
Oh shit, that's annoying.
sorry. Make another order.
Yeah. And I don't know. I only have I think I only have Headless Cross on vinyl. So I could get the vinyl one, but I'm probably not going to.
Yeah, I was thinking if I was going to get it, I would get the vinyl, but
I still want those other box sets they've been putting out, but even those are kind of expensive too. The remixes and stuff.
yeah, they do tend to fall in price if you wait.
Okay.
But I waited on Volume 4, and that never fell in price, and now you can't get it. So
It went up in price.
you're gambling.
Yeah.
I've gotten all the other ones for like where they retail for like 60. I've got most of them for like under 40.
Yeah,
But
I've seen the cheapest I think is 50. They're like 50 to 60. So
okay.
40 is a good deal considering. And they're really nice. I mean, they're really nice looking sets. So
Yeah, a nice hardcover book and
from what I've heard, sound wise, they're all really awesome. So
yeah, they do sound good. I thought
I guess a lot of care has gone into, the mastering and stuff.
the last round of remasters I thought were shit, so I was kind of
Yeah.
iffy on this one, but yeah, they do sound really good.
Like Steven Wilson's been, I think he's been doing some of them, or at least one. I know he did at least one of them, one or two. But yeah, so a lot of care is going into them, and I'm sure the packaging is really nice. I haven't bought any of them yet. I probably will though. I at least want like I kind of want the live one because I have a soft spot for the Live Evil live album. So
I did buy it when they announced it. I was like, this is so stupid.
yeah.
It's it's the album and then the album again remixed.
Yeah.
I was like, what the? But I bought it, and the remix does sound really good. So
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like I guess the Steven Wilson, I think he did the Technical Ecstasy one, and I've heard that one's cool because there's like some alternate mixes. Like one of them he'll add sounds to it. Like I think he added I don't know, he added extra keyboards or something like that. But I heard his mixes are really, really cool. But he's kind of known for that. I guess he's one of those guys where like everything he touches, people just seem to love. You never hear anyone bitching about his production work. Like he's like
Right.
the best in the business, for prog and stuff. So good for him. Yeah.
Yep.
He's I don't know shit about producing, but he seems to be a god to people that are like really keen on that kind of stuff, which I'm
Yeah,
not.
you're right. I've never heard anybody complain about, oh, this Jethro Tull reissue.
Yeah. Oh, he ruined it. He ruined this album. And I'm sure he knew what he was up against. Like, I have to make this the best I can, or people are gonna shit on me so hard.
Yeah.
The Sabbath fans out there are gonna eat me alive. So he must be doing something right.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's about all I got for now.
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah, what are you gonna do the rest of the day?
Oh, we're going out to dinner for kind of a pre-Mother's Day deal. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Beat the rush. Do it today.
Yeah, I might go see Planet of the Apes, that new one.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm hearing good things, and I like those that last trilogy they did, so I'm excited for that.
I've not seen any of them.
Oh, okay. They're really good. I avoided them. I had no interest. You like the original ones, right? I think you said that before.
Yeah.
So I ignored them. I think it was Red Letter Media that got me to check them out. I saw them review them, and like Jay really loves those movies. So I'm like, okay, I'm one of those RLM fanboys. If Jay says he likes something, I need to go check it out.
Yeah, I've definitely done that with RLM. I just haven't with the. I'm aware that they're probably good. I just haven't gotten to them.
They're pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed them a lot. They did a great job with the apes. Obviously the apes are completely CGI, but they did a good job. They actually look good, and there's still a lot of emotion there and stuff. It doesn't like pull you out of the movie to me, like, because the CGI is good enough to where you can kind of believe it's a monkey.
Yeah,
even though it's not.
From what I've seen, it doesn't look like a video game, which is always my complaint with horrible CGI. So
yeah, you can't skimp on that. You can't try to save money with your CGI. It never works. Just go all out or don't do it at all.
Yep.
So, anyways, I'll let you go get to your dinner and stuff. Probably about time, huh?
Yeah, we're getting there. So
yeah.
Probably get ready. Probably shouldn't show up to the restaurant in my Nocturnal Mortem shirt. So I should probably put on.
Not like anyone knows who they are.
But what if they do? I'll be canceled.
Yeah, true. Kick that guy. Do not serve him any food. Well, anyways, thanks for hanging out for a bit, and thanks to everyone for chatting. As usual, I just kind of gave up with the chat and just didn't really reply to too much.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it.
I'm just not good at doing that.
I'm not either.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Most people are just kind of chatting with each other anyways. But anyway, I didn't reply. Sorry. I can't multitask. I'm terrible about it. Yeah, even Roger says the Planet of the Apes movies are great. So there you go.
Okay, cool.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining. We'll talk to
thanks for having me.
later. Yeah, right. See ya.